So, hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Simply D, and we are back for another video. Happy Friday. I know for some of you, you're like, thank you, Jesus. We ain't on lockdown. All is well with the world. I know. Trust me, I feel the same way. So before I get started, if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Follow me at divine underscore dr 1111. Once again, that's divine underscore dr 1111. Also follow me on TikTok, simply d 1111. Once again, it's simply d 1111. Also here on YouTube. Why aren't you following me? Why aren't you subscribed? Subscribe, hit that red button, so you can stay in tune and informed whenever I drop a video. Okay? Good stuff. We got all the work stuff out the way. Now let's get to the meat. Let's get into today's nugget. Today's nugget is entitled, Whose Hand Are You In? Now, this particular nugget of the day is important because I was able to recognize whose hand I was in this week. And it was a great thing that I knew my power. I know my truth. I own my truth. And I tell my own truth, which makes it so much easier for me to deal with a person that's a gaslighter or a gaslighting person. And if you don't know what a gaslighting person is, it's pretty much like a narcissistic person that can never take ownership of anything. And they project their negativity onto you and flip scripts to make you believe as if you are a problem and they are always the victim. So be aware of that, okay? So yes, as I was dealing with this situation this week, I realized like whose hand I was in. If I had allowed myself to not own my truth and be just vulnerable and susceptible to anything, I could have went with what the person had said about me. And Jesus, there was a long laundry list of, you're not good enough. What are you doing on YouTube? This is not a real job. Like, you are not going to amount to anything. Why don't you create your own family? Like, it was like a real gaslight situation. And I studied my truth and I was like, you know what? Thank you for your opinion. But I'm good. And then after that, I just left the conversation alone. I mean, the person just ran on and on and on and on. But I realized whose hand I was in, and I was in my own power and in my own truth to say, girl, everything that this person is saying has nothing to do with you, and they're projecting what is going on in their life onto you. However, you're standing true in your power, you own where you are, you set your boundaries, and you walk away. So this is what I want to tell you today as my beautiful people, because I love y'all. Don't let nobody gaslight you, okay? Know your power and stand in your own truth. This is how I have the analogy that hopefully it could make sense for you. Say, for instance, you are a person that wants to save. So you take your money to the bank, right? Now, this bank is supposed to be protecting your money. It's supposed to be helping you to save your money. So whenever you want to do something, you can do so at your own free will and right. But what if the situation was like every time you put money in, it was withdrawn? Like the bank took it. Like every time you put money in, it's like hold on now. I thought you were supposed to be looking out for me, protecting what I'm bringing to the table, and the only thing you're doing is depleting from me. That's the same way it is with negative people. You got to realize that. Negative people will continue to pull from you, and then you'll get to the point like, why am I even doing this? Like, this ain't making no sense. Why will I continue to invest in this if it's only depleting me? That's the same way your life is. Why would you invest in persons who are only pulling away from you? You gotta really think about things and really think about your life and think about the circle and what you're doing. If you're not getting a return investment, that means that situation is not for you. I am so sorry. And I have lived my life this way, whereas I reciprocate energy. You reach out, I reach out. You talk to me, I talk to you. You don't know how to find me, I don't know how to find you. And mind you, I could see you straight on the road and I will walk past you, drive past you and continue to live my life. Why? Because I'm not coming out of my power, and I am not investing anymore into anyone that is not investing in me. And that's the same thing I want with you. Be careful of the hands that you're in. Your friends, your family, your relationships, make sure that they are watering you. They are feeding you. They are encouraging you. They are pushing you. They are motivating you to go forward. If they're always crabby and always mad that you're making a headway in life and you're doing something different, and they always got something negative to say, and like, oh, they try to put you down, leave that situation. Like I said, I don't care if it's family, friends, relatives, relationship, whatever. Do what's best for your soul. Do what's best for your heart. Once again, we are in the season of now. We are actively pursuing now. We are actively pursuing our purpose. We ain't got time for that. You ain't got time for that. I sure as hell ain't got time for it. Okay? So I love you all. This your girl, Simply D. Follow your girl on TikTok, but most importantly, I want you all to pay attention to who's in your circle, whose hand are you in, and make sure ain't nobody gaslighting you in this season. You're too strong right now. You're on top of your game right now. You don't need to let nobody creep in. No Delilahs, no Peters. The Peters, like, before Christ and them had that good solid dog. Yeah, you don't need nobody like that. You need people on your team that wants to see you win and will actually help you, and vice versa. Okay? So I love you all. Have a great, awesome, productive weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care.